and welcome to Virtual Sew Fun Club once again here. And I'm so glad that you can join me. I've got some fun things to show you tonight. And first off, like I always like to do, let's get into Moore's news. Now, you want to be sure, if you have not gone into one of our 5 locations, and if you're not aware of them, let me list them. We have Mission Viejo, Temecula, Corona, Huntington Beach, and our wonderful large facility at Brea. And with that, we just got a shipment of fabrics not too long ago. So you're going to want to come in and check out some of the new fabric that we have at all of our Moore's locations. I know when I stopped in, I was so excited to see some fun, whimsical, and also traditional fabrics that you can use on your quilting, sewing, embroidery, and also making clothing. So we've got some great fabrics for you now at our Moore's location to add to the stock that we already had. So keep in mind, I was a teacher at one of the Moore's locations, and I love to promote our classes. I know that I got such a kick out of teaching and promoting different products and showing and teaching different techniques to customers. And I like to have everyone check out our Moore site at moors-sew.com. Check out what classes are at all of our locations. We've got a lot that have just been added, and there's going to be something for everyone. So take some time, check out our website, and see what classes you might be interested in. And big, huge news. All of us at Moore's are so excited that our tech party is coming back. And next month, on August 15th, we have tech party again. And you're going to want to mark your calendars. I don't even know what's coming up. It's always such a big secret and such a surprise. And we love to bring all of the new things to you. And George he thoroughly enjoys coming up with the different items, presenting them, and it's a big to-do. So if you're new to Moore's, you're going to want to check out our tech party. It's a big event, and we can't wait for you to check it out with us in August. Now here's my favorite thing, as you all know, show and tell. And this month, just like all others, I brought something to kick off the showing and telling. So I have this wonderful embroidery that I did with owls, and I made it a few years ago, and I just love these owls. Their eyes make them come alive. And basically I did this as quilt as you go. So I did all the owls separately, and then I stitched them together. And I did something a little bit different. You may notice the binding on this quilt has a rough edge and scrappy feel. And I basically did a technique that I started with some of my quilts, and I have 2 layers of fabric to create that ruffle edge. And it's just a different way of putting a binding on and making a soft, fuzzy edge. So I love that. And once again, I'll hold it up. I just love these owls. Now with show and tell, you always want to be able to like, share, or comment on something on our Facebook page. And then you can be in the running for our monthly giveaway. And this month, it's a cool one. So we have a Floriani Dresden. And I'm going to have them come in closer so that I can show all of the fun and interesting things that you get. So we have the Dynamic Dresden book. Isn't that cool? Look at the back. Look at all the different things you can do with Dresdens. I just love it. Now in this box, some of my favorite bobbins, the Quilter Select. We have a whole ring of them. We've also got embroidery tape and more of that Quilter Select thread. And if you've watched any of my More Sewing with Michele, you know how much I love this professional tool turner. It's included in here. And then we have Dresden rulers, as well as some software and the fabrics to create A beautiful, disappearing Dresden table runner. So isn't that fun? All of this we're giving away this month. So you want to make sure that you like, comment, or share a picture of your current project that you're working on. Or even if you've already finished it, you want to make sure that you get in the running for this wonderful giveaway that we have for you this month. Let me put that aside. Okay. So this month, our theme is all about stabilizers and what you can do with them, how to store them, just interesting things with stabilizers. So we've got a lot of R&K product. And the first thing that I want to show you is new to our stores. And hopefully you've been sitting, because I tell you, in my room, I have had probably 10 different ways that I have stored my stabilizer. And I know you're probably like me. There's times when you go and you need to find your fusible no-show mesh. And I am pulling out different stabilizers. I've got them all over my cabinet, and I just can't find that right one. And I've stored them upright. I've stored them flat. I had these cute buckets, like watering can buckets that I stored them in. Now I have them on a different way, and I have them in my koala cabinet. But look what just came out. And I can't wait to get one of these stabilizer racks in my craft room. So I'm going to show you one in the back here. Look how cool this is. So we've got all these different areas. You can basically pick up your stabilizer, store it, and you can see what you have. Isn't that cool? So you don't need to have 10,000 different pieces. You can have just the ones you need. And I love that it accommodates the small and the large stabilizers. So it's going to make your life so much easier. I love that the rack, it just simply attaches to your wall. I love it. So it's a wonderful thing, and it is easy access, and it will hold 15 different rolls of stabilizer. Isn't that cool? That's 15 that you will find whenever you need them. So, are you just in love with that stabilizer rack? I sure am. You're going to want to make sure that you pick that up. The next thing that I want to show you, which I don't know if you're aware of, I know going back to, I'm going to sound like messy Michele here, but going back to me and my stabilizers, there have been times when I've stored them flat where I'm looking for, once again, that fusible no-show mesh. And I'm pulling everything out but the no-show mesh that's fusible. So, did you know that we have these wonderful stabilizer roll end caps? Look how cool that is. They simply plug in to the side of your stabilizers, and you can use a pencil or a pen, or you can use stickers and organize your stabilizer rolls so you can put in there no-show mesh, fusible, and then it'll save you time, energy, searching, trying to find that different one. Now there's two of them in the container here. Isn't that cool? I love these stabilizer roll end caps. Are normally $1.99, but we have our wonderful So Fun Club special, which brings them down to $1.39. Now I know I just recently purchased about 10 of these, and I tell you, they're the perfect thing. And now I know where my stabilizers are at all time because I can see where they're at. So let's move on to the next item that we have this month. And we have our Color Keeper topping. Okay, so we've got 5 different colors, but let me show you the yellow. And what I did was I made some samples with the sun, and obviously the sun's yellow, but I wanted to show you what they're used for. Now, a color topper keeper, what it means is that you can put down onto a dark fabric some embroidery, but you're not going to have that dark fabric show through. So on this one here, this is the one that has the color topper, and you can see that there is no show through of the blue on the yellow surface. But on this one, you can see that blue show through. And that's the beauty of the color topper. And I love this product. You're going to want to pick up some. And like I said, I used the yellow one here. It's normally $9.99, but for SoFun Club, we have the special price of $6.99. Now keep in mind it comes in 5 colors. So if you are making, say, a snowman and you want it on a black background, you're going to want to pick up the white one. And the same thing for the gray, the black, the pink, and the yellow. It's just a no-brainer. Once I played around with it and I saw the difference, it really does make a difference, and it keeps that color true to what you want it to be when you're going on either light to dark or dark to light. I love the color keeper topper. So the next item that we have this month for you is, if I can get my mouse to work, we have SoFab Foam. Let me say that again, SoFab Foam. Oh my gosh, don't say that 10 times fast. I would dread to hear what came out of my mouth. But SoFab Foam is a product that I've been using for years. And I'll tell you, I use it extensively when I make bags and purses. Now I've made 2 samples of the same zip bag using the same fabrics. The only thing that was different was the batting that I used. I used regular batting in one, which is this one here, and then this one I used the SoFab Foam. And look, the SoFab Foam, because it has structure to them, it stands up. Where the regular batting, there's no structure to it. And if you come in closer, like really close, you can see the details. The Fab Foam, it almost squishes down and gives more definition to your stitching. Whereas the regular batting one, it's pretty cute too, I'm not gonna lie, but you don't get the definition and the squish look to your stitching. And I love SoFab Foam for that. And I'm gonna pick them up and show you. So they're identical. The big difference is that the SoFab Foam, it has more oomph to it. And like I said, when you do your stitching, it really shows. So if you do a lot of straight line, or even if you just do basic quilting, you're gonna get more definition on your stitching with SoFab Foam. And I love it. And it's perfect for making bags, purses, lots of different things. And you're gonna find lots of more usages once you have it at home. So the SoFab Foam comes like this. In normal price is $25.99. Our SoFun Club price is $18.49. It's a great savings. You're going to want to pick this up too so that you can start making some fun zip bags and purses. Now the next item that we have is hot and cold barrier fleece. Now that's one of those things that you probably don't think about much. Most people might just grab the regular batting to create their hot mats, their hot mitts, bowl cozies, but think about it. If you have something that you're really trying to protect a surface from heat or cold, it's the perfect solution. So we have this package here of hot and cold barrier fleece. Normal price is $14.99. I'm holding that in front of my face, aren't I? The sale price is only $10.49, so you want to pick this up. And I've got some samples to show you on what you can do with it. So right here on the table, I basically used some of my scrap fabrics, and I made 2 like hot mats. And you can use them to take something out of the oven, or you can use it on your table to put a hot bowl down. But the great thing with hot and cold barrier fleece is it's going to protect the wood underneath because it has that inside of the item. So you can be confident when you place that casserole dish down that you just took out of the oven that it's going to be safe on your countertops, your wood furniture, wherever you want. And one of the things that I like knowing is that if I use it as a hot mitt, pulling, I don't know, my favorite casserole out of the oven, I'm not going to burn my hands. It's going to protect myself. The other thing it does is it keeps the cold, extreme cold things. So if you have an ice cream cake for your son's birthday, you can put this down and you're going to make sure that it also does not leave that cold ring on your furniture. So I love those. And on mine here that you see, you know I love my scraps. I basically just took my scraps, did like a crazy quilt. I even used scraps to do the binding. Now I want to show you another thing that I did. Look at this. Once again, I used my scraps. And if you come in real close, I want you to see some of the fun stitches that I did. I used a lot of decorative stitches, and it was a fun thing to do because I had all of these areas and I needed to secure them. So what I did was I picked stitches in my sewing machine that I had never used before. And that way I got to know them, I got to understand how they stitch out, and I got to see them on an actual item. So you can see here, this one says quilt on it. We have this one fun one here where back and forth, it looks like 6 times each direction. Over here, I have love stitched out. And then I just did some other straight line quilting. But just a fun little thing that you can do. Now let me tell you what this is. This is a portable mat for ironing. So this is going to go with me when I travel, and I've got the hot and cold barrier fleece on the inside. So if I'm traveling for work or traveling for pleasure, I can take this, use an iron, and be sure that I can put it on a countertop and it's not going to do any damage. And it's fun, functional, and I used up some of my scraps. A huge plus, win-win for me. So use it to make an ironing mat, use it to make cozies, use it for hot mitts. There's so many things that you can do with this hot and cold barrier fleece. Isn't that cool? So the next thing that we need to talk about is our next virtual Sew Fun Club. We want to thank you once again for joining us this month in August. We look forward to seeing you next month in September, and we hope that you stay safe. And until then, see you later.